Hi guys, guess what? I'm out on a wild camp. So if you want to stick around and see where I'm going, you better keep watching. So here we go. Oh yeah, by the way, if you don't know me already, I'm Darren Ellis, aka Wild Camper. So I guess it's time to cue those credits. Right guys, here I am out on a camp after what feels like a lifetime of not doing it. I did say that I was going to go out this weekend in my last video, which was just an update on why I have not been out camping. It's a really warm sunny day and it's too good to miss out. So I decided to get myself into gear, get motivated and get my backside out and do a camp. So keep watching and I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up for me and feel free to throw in any comments. And by the way, I'm heading, I don't know if you'll be able to see it from here, right over there. There's a little woodland over there that I found by accident when I was on a bus. Main road's over there. And when you're in a car, you don't really see much because you're too low down. And at the moment, I'm without transport other than a Vespa. So I was on a bus one day going to the town called Chippenham, not far away, just down the road. And I saw this wood, so it's been in the back of my mind to do this wood for some time now. So I'm heading that way. I'm going to set up over there and spend the night in this tiny little wood just on the outskirts of Corsham. So I'll catch you soon once I'm in the wood. Right guys, I'm now in the wood. I had a limbo, sort of limbo, crawl basically, under an electric fence. Wasn't expecting to do that. So now it's just a hunt for a nice wooded area with a clear spot. All right, I've got one right over here, which is a really nice clear spot there. It's quite a bit of a dark wood, dense, or I could go further up there, which is a thinner, younger wood. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. I might actually trip over some branches. I might actually camp right here because it's a nice spot, totally enclosed, not going to be seen. I should have a nice relaxing peaceful night right in here. So let's give it a go and start setting up. Right, that's it, that's all set up. Let me show you what I've done so far. Basically I just put the tarp over the top of the tent just in case it does rain. Gives me a little bit of extra shelter and a bit more camouflage. And yes, I'm using the Wild Country today, but I do love this tent. I have been meaning to get the Wild Country too. Haven't got around to it yet. I've still got to literally sort something out about that, because I do like my little bit of a space, you know. I can get more kit in it and it's to hand rather than having to stuff it somewhere like out in the porch area. So yeah, a Wild Country 2 would be brilliant. That way I can just keep the rucksack in with me and anything I need is to hand. Right, so that's the setup of my tent, as I said. And this is where I'm going to be spending the night, in this little bit of wood. I've got the main road right over there, so it's not too far away. You can see, well I can, you won't be able to see it, but I can see the traffic going up and down the road there. So until about 10 o'clock at night, it's going to be a bit noisy out there for me. So hopefully I should get a peaceful night once the traffic quiets down, which it will. Right, I'm going to now just set up the rest of my kit in here, and then I'm going to put my Trekology chair out, which I totally love, and I'm going to literally relax right here and then have a little bit of a chat with you guys. So until then, thank you for watching. Stick with me, give it a thumbs up if you get to the end of this video and you like it. Any comments you want to add, feel free. Any questions you've got, feel free to fire them off at me. So for now, I'm just going to shut off the camera, get myself organised, and then I will get back to you guys. Right, that's me done. I am sweating like a pig, so they would say. Boiling hot. Right, my setup today. let me spin the camera around and show you roughly what I've got with me regards food, drink and my sleeping system. So let's spin you around then. Right, what I've got for food today is a double pack of Rustler's burgers, the double deckers. So that's going to make me at least, what, 8 burgers, because I've got 2 other rolls in there as spare. In the morning I got one of those Quaker porridges that you just chuck the hot water in. Beer of choice is this Brewdog cold beer. Sounds very American, doesn't it? That's my alcoholic beverage for tonight. My sleep system for tonight is going to be the OEX Flux 5.0. Really good mat, not expensive. Pillow is a Trekology one. Over there, that's going to be my lights. Now I've got both my snug pack blank jungle kit here. I've got the sleeping bag, which is quite thin, but I've also got the Lifesaver blanket, which is also thin, but it just takes the chill off if you're getting a bit cold in the night. My backpack, which is that one, which is a Forces Highlander 66. I don't know if you can see that, with a few patches sewn to it. I'll do a little bit of advertisement for them, which is Bits and Bob's Scooter Club of Swindon. And also I've got one round here, which is the Seven Moors. They're in Gloucester. So that's a little bit of advertisement for the scooter clubs. Personally, I'm in Devizes Scooter Club. Part of that is about 54 members, I think. But at the moment, my scooter is off the road. It's a typical Vespa. Fuel issues. Parts I need to get from Italy or Cyprus. Depends on what it is. But vast majority of bits I need, which is a fuel tap filter sort of thing. It's got a diaphragm in it. It stops the fuel coming in and out, or whatever it does. That's coming from Italy, and I've been waiting for it for about 2 weeks now. I'm hoping that's what the issue is with the damn thing, and I'm going to open one of those beers because it's calling me. And after the walk I've had, climbing over a fence and having to limbo under an electric fence at the same time, I think I deserve a beer. So I hope you like the video so far. It is hard doing these videos, especially when you've been out of it for what, nearly a year now. It's like trying to find the contents, what to say, what to show you. People think it's just a case of just putting a camera on and just talking and just doing bits and pieces, but it's not that easy. It is really hard talking to a camera. When you're out with people, you know, you could chat away for hours on end and you could just waffle on, just keep going. But when it's just to a camera, it is really, really awkward. And if you don't believe me, try it for yourself. Put a camera on and start talking about a subject and see how far you get before you start making mistakes in what you're doing and stumbling for words, trying to think what to say. It is not one of the easiest tasks to do, is to make a video for you guys to watch. So it's not a case of just putting a camera on and chatting. Believe me, it's not as easy as that. I wish it was. Right, I'm now just gonna sit back, relax, enjoy the weather, have a beer, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. So big thank you for sticking with me so far. A massive thank you to my subscribers also who stuck with me, even though I haven't put any videos on for the past year, I guess it is now. So thank you to you guys. Your loyalty and sticking with me is appreciated, believe me. Right, I'm all cooled down now and relaxed. Got the beer open. It's not too bad. It's only 3.4%. I bought a couple of cases of beer for the last rally we went to and never ever drank them. So I ended up bringing about 15 cans of this back with me. So now I've got some of it with me. It's not bad, it's quite a light beer. I've heard of Brewdog, obviously, I think most of us have. But I've never heard of the cold beer. It was just on offer, so that's why I ended up buying it. So I'm now just going to sit here and chill out. It's about 25 to 6 at the moment. Bit breezy, as you can hear, but it's still nice and warm. And this is what I missed. Coming out doing this, relaxing. Even though I've got the traffic over there whooshing up another road. Missing exactly this. Lazing out, enjoying the quietness. It's sort of quietness, apart from the cars. But you know what I mean. Now, regards to stealth camping, As some of you probably know, I've done a couple of semi-stealth camps, but it's not really for me. Stealth camping's okay. I know it's probably still in the trend at the moment. I haven't really been in the loop of catching up with all the videos that people have been posting lately, because I've been quite busy doing bits and pieces, as I said in my last video. But stealth camping is not really for me. I'm the person who would like to just turn up like this, enjoy the whole element of nature, listen to the sounds, apart from traffic obviously, and just relax. But you can't do that when you do stealth camping. It's basically get in, set up quick as possible, and then get out as quick as possible before anyone sees you. Although there is an element of fun there, a bit of a buzz, a bit of a rush because you're doing something, knowing that you might get caught by the police and get kicked off the area. But it's not 100% fully relaxing like this. And this is what wild camping is about: relaxing, enjoying everything around you, enjoying your surroundings, the birds singing in the trees, the traffic hammering up and down the main road. But you guys know what I mean, if you do wild camping. And like I said in the past, if you haven't ever done wild camping, just give it a go once. You never know, you might get hooked like I did. I thought I'd give it a try all that time ago, see what it's like, because like I said in the past, and the only type of camping I've done in the past is what I call commercial camping, when you could turn up on a campsite and everything's perfectly flat. You've got water, showers, toilets on hand, everything like that. And though it is camping, it's not camping like this. It's not the same feeling. And when you're out here, apart from the camera, you don't have to talk to anyone. You can just shut off and relax. And people who know me will laugh at that because they know that I like to talk. I will literally talk to anyone for hours on end, as I do. But when you're on a camera like this, like I said earlier, it's not easy doing a video, you know, chatting away, because you've got to work out what you're trying to say, you know, and what your point you're trying to put across. And it's also keeping you guys interested. There are so many people out there doing wild camping videos. It is a challenge to keep up with it all and trying to get your channel across. And if I've got a few watchers on the videos, at least some of you are interested in what I'm doing. And some of you might notice I've lost a bloody tooth as well. I broke it, and it's going to cost me a fortune to get sorted out. What happened is, so I'm picking little bits of these little sticky balls off my socks. A few years ago I had an accident at work. I didn't have a hard hat on. It's when I was a maintenance worker for a cross-country equine company, dealing with cross-country, show jumping, etc, etc. And I was putting in some posts, and this was about probably nearly 6 years. You should see, hold on, changing the subject, my socks, you can't see this, is covered in these little sticky balls. Right, as I was saying, getting back to what I was on about, about 6 years ago, it's probably about 6 years ago, I was putting in some posts with an old post rammer. It's the old-fashioned heavy duty steel thing with two big handles on. You slip it over top and bang the post into the ground. The ground was wet, and I was about 1.5 miles across the fields where I worked. Slipped on some grass, slipped on the wet grass because I was still on a branch or something that was hidden in the long grass, and as I slipped, the post rammer caught the top of the post I was putting in the ground and smashed me straight on the top of the head. I ended up with a cut about that big, about 5 inches, 6 inches right through here. Literally knocked me to the ground, and my teeth smashed together. Didn't really think anything of it. Had concussion. I had to go to hospital, obviously. I had my head glued up and taped up and everything else. Got a very, very fine scar on my head now. But over a period of 2-3 years, my teeth became weak and brittle, and I was told by somebody who worked in the NHS at the time, is where my teeth impacted so hard that it probably damaged all the nerves and everything else within the root area of my gums. So my teeth became quite brittle, and one broke off here, and then one of my other ones have gone now, so I've got a gap here, slightly embarrassing. The only issue is trying to get hold of an NHS dentist in this country now. As some of you probably already know, it's virtually impossible. and I was quoted by a private dentist around £16,000 to sort my teeth out after the damage that was caused from the impact of my head. And because I wasn't wearing a hard hat at the time, I can't actually really put one of those claims in on the employer saying, well, you didn't provide it, because he did. But one of those things, you live and learn. I wore the hard hat after that. Believe me, there was no way I was going to do that again, because it's seriously something you don't want to do is smash your head in with a steel tube. So apart from that, everything is fine. I've still got some of my teeth. I know I've got most. It's just a few of them where they literally got chipped. It's hard to believe an impact to your head could do so much damage. I wouldn't have thought it could do that. But then it was a hell of an impact to my head. It literally knocked me to the ground. I had to quickly turn the glove inside out and put it on top of my head because there was blood pouring down my face. The time I turned up at the office, which is about a mile across the fields, I was driving like the works Jeep thing. It's called the Mule. My face was plastered in blood. One of the secretaries walked out of the room a bit quickish because she saw the state of my face, saw the state I was in. And the manageress who was running it quickly phoned the ambulance for me and told me to sit down. I said it looked like I totally scalped myself because of how big the gash was in my head. But yeah, it's something I wouldn't do again, not in a hurry. Right, so now, what are my future plans, you are probably asking? Or you're probably not. Now, I have got a plan in mind to build a day camp. What it is a friend of mine, Nikki, she's got one of these Volkswagen Caddies, and she's lined it out with that speaker carpeting. She kept it as a van so she can pick things up in it when she wants to pick up large objects, but she also uses it as a day van, so when she goes to scooter rallies, what she does is put a mattress in there, like a foam mattress thing she's got, and she can use it as a little camper van. And it gave me the idea of thinking about doing one, as in doing it full on, as in putting a proper bed in it that you can pull out, a little kitchenette thing, so I could literally go out to rallies and that lot and do basically van camping. But at the moment it's about finances. It's going to cost me a minimum of say £3 for a semi-decent second-hand van, and it's going to cost me about £1,500 possibly, maybe less, to do it up how I want to do it up. And that's with solar panel on the top, so I've got power inside to charge phones, cameras, etc., lighting and bits and pieces you need for general day camping. So that is a future plan, but it's not going to get done this year obviously, but I will keep you updated on what's going on when I do finally get around to doing it. I'm starting to buy bits and pieces online, so what I need, such as the fuse boxes, the switches, the trunking, the wiring, various bits and pieces at the moment that you can just generally keep in storage until you get the van. So that's my future plan, and I haven't brought out the new bits of kit that I've got that I've not even used yet. I'm going to have to wait for the weather to start getting a bit chillier, because I've got one of those little fireboxes, so I want to use that somewhere, and a fold away saw and everything else, so I can go out and just cut up dead wood on the floor and have my little firebox and little heat coming off it, sitting under the top when it's nice chilly cold weather. So that will be something I need to test out when when autumn starts rolling in. And no doubt now we've had our peak of our summer, which I probably think it is, it won't take long before the chillier nights start rolling in. One of the things everyone would know living in this country, summer does not last that long. But when we do get the summer, it's nice to make the most of it. And luckily for me, I only work 4 days a week, so I get Friday, Saturday and Sundays off to make the most of what I need to make the most of. So I will still be getting out and doing camping now I've got back into it. It's just as and when I get the free time. And when I say I've got back into it, it is one of those things you've literally got to get yourself motivated and get your ass out the door, basically. Force yourself to go out, because once you haven't done it for a few months, or in my case nearly a year, you keep putting things off. Well, I do. I don't know about you guys. And what I mean by that is, like, you think, yes, it's going to be a nice day, I'm going to go out and do some camping, and then something else triggers off in your mind, think, well, that needs doing, so you put it off and then you end up putting it off that week and the following week, and you find yourself end up putting it off all the time. And you literally got to get yourself motivated and get that incentive to get out and do it. It's not I don't like camping, I fully love it, as some of you probably know. And I'm quite happy to be out every weekend if I could do this. But at the moment, I'm having to explore locally because I've got no transport other than my scooter. And as I said, it's off the road at the moment with fuel issues. But even then, it's a bit awkward going off doing a wild camp with a scooter. So my wild camps are only going to be within about 5 to 6 mile radius from my home. So it's in walking distance. There is also the issue that I get out of breath when I'm walking quite a lot, especially when you've got a heavy backpack on your back. So that's why I'm limited to distance. I would seriously love to do a massive long distance hike and just take a week off work and just go off and just walk anywhere, not make any plans, just do it. But unfortunately, the way it is at the moment, I don't think I could do it. Well, I probably could, it just means I'd just be getting out of breath all the time. I'm still quite healthy and fit, it hasn't affected me that way, it just means I get out of breath, which is a bit of a pain in the backside when you're doing things. But that's the price of having COVID twice. But it is quite hard to explain how it feels unless you've got it yourself. But as I said, in general, I am quite healthy and fit myself, so that's all that matters. I've had all my blood pressure checked, I had my ECG done on my heart because there was concerns that it could have done some issues there. So I've had that done. Everything seems to be positive and fine. So there is no concerns about my health in regards to my breathing. It's just the fact that I cannot get enough oxygen into my lungs, roughly. And it is quite frustrating because I used to be a fit, active person. And what I mean by that, going out running and cycling. And basically, since I've had this issue with getting enough oxygen into my lungs or into my blood, it's put a stop to it all. I don't miss it, you know. I don't even know why people go out running. I used to do it, right, and I used to love running. And even then, I used to ask myself the same question: why the hell do people do it? Half the people, when you're running, looked half dead. You know, it's like bright red in the face, sweating like anything, puffing away, and they called that keeping fit. Me, I was one of the lucky ones. I could control my breathing and never got out of breath when I run, and I could easily run 12 miles. So it worked for me. But there are some people, when you see them running, you think, my God, that person's going to have a heart attack. So now my definition of exercise is basically doing what I'm doing. Put a backpack on your back and come out here. My other form of exercising is when I go to my venues and that lot. I love ska music, I love two-tone music, I always have done since I was a kid. And I've got, like I said, into Northern Soul. And I love to dance. And no, I'm not actually going to do a dance here now, just to show you what I mean. But yeah, I can literally go out and dance for hours. A friend of mine, Nikki, and I, we both do these venues, and she always finds it funny because the music comes on and she'll look at me and say, go on, you know you want to dance. And yeah, she's only just a friend. Her partner's not into the same stuff as she is, and it's the same with my partner, she's not in the same stuff as well. And as we're just good friends, we just go out and enjoy what we like, which is music, ska, two-tone, Northern Soul. Both of us love scooters, so we go out to scooter venues and that lot. And I know some people find it really difficult and hard to believe that two people of the opposite sex can be just friends and nothing more. But they can. It does happen from time to time, believe me. But yeah, apart from all the scooter scene and the two-tone venues and Northern Soul stuff, I have seriously, literally got to get my backside in gear and get out more, doing more camps. Because I have missed it, and my partner's been on about it for a while, saying, why haven't you done any camps lately? Have you gone off the idea? Have you got bored of it? And no, far from it. I haven't gotten off the idea, and I've definitely not got bored of camping. How could anybody get bored of this? Seriously. There is nothing more peaceful than being in a wood, on your own, set up, relaxing. Totally roughing it. So no, far from it. Definitely haven't got bored of doing it. It's basically, like I said, getting motivated and getting my backside in gear and start getting out there more and doing it, which I will do. And I will make more videos for you guys to watch if you want to see any more. But there are some times when you want to just go out and not take the camera out with you. Because like I said, at the moment, I'm here chatting away to you. So whilst I'm chatting to you, just working out what I'm going to say, because when you do wild camping, you don't work on a script. You're literally ad lib. You're not totally relaxing, because you're just literally waffling away to the camera. As people know who make YouTube videos, when it comes to wild camping, you don't have a script, you just end up waffling on and just randomly chatting. And while you're trying to work out what you're going to say to your audience, you guys, you're not literally sat here relaxing, enjoying your surroundings. Oh, ambulance going down the road. No, looked like a police car, because I could just see it through the trees. As I said, the main road is only just over there. You probably can hear the traffic in the background. And I am far enough away from the main road for one main reason. Not because of the noise. There have been several incidents in which cars have decided to, for some reason, go off the road and end up in the wood. And it's not a windy road, it's not all bendy or anything like that. It is a straight road. But there have been a number of crashes in which cars have literally either come into the wood or the opposite side, gone through the solid stone wall. Yeah, it's probably down to negligence and driver error rather than road conditions, because like I said, it's a straight road. In regards to cars going off the road and going into bushes and all that lot, I would like to share some information with you in regards to scootering, and to pay my respects to 3 people who recently lost their lives. There's a scooter group who were out heading towards Normandy, I think, on a scooter rally, in which a car, seemingly what I can see by the photographs, was on the road on the opposite side. Basically, the car driver hit the first scooterist, killing him outright, and then 2 died later on after their injuries. One was a passenger on the scooter that got hit first, and there is one other person still in hospital, as far as I'm aware, that was in intensive care. 3 scooterists from that scooter club dead, simply because possibly of driver error. It was on a windy road, so I can't understand why this car was on the opposite side of the road and then up on the embankment in the grass on the scooterist side. And most of us are very careful riders. We're aware of our surroundings when we're out on a scooter run, and most of us are experienced in riding anyway. So it's definitely not down to scooterist error, it is down to driver's error. So if you're out driving, keep an eye out for motorbikes, not just scooterists, as in Vespers and Lambrettas, anyone on 2 wheels, keep an eye out for them. You know, we're very vulnerable when we're out there. We're a small little dot in your eye line when we're coming up the road. Myself personally, within the past 3 months, I've almost been knocked off twice by 2 different drivers. One of which, she just comes straight across the road into a turning right in front of me and was totally oblivious of me coming towards her. And I always ride with my headlight on, so there was no excuse. It's just the fact that people don't pay attention when it's motorbikes, or cyclists as well. Cyclists are very vulnerable. So if you're out in your car, especially this time of the year, keep your eyes open, pay attention, okay? If you're not doing that, you can end up costing someone their lives and taking a family member away from someone. So keep your eyes open for people when they're out there on their motorbikes and scooters, and even keep your eyes out for cyclists. But we are all very, very vulnerable. Unlike you in a car, you've got your steel frame around us. All we've got is a crash helmet, and believe me, that is all you've got. But apart from that doom and gloom, getting back to the camping, I will be going out, like I said, doing more camps, but it will be a case of just finding the time. And once autumn sets in and the scooter rallies are dying down a little bit, I will have a lot more time to go out and do what I do, which is wild camping. And I definitely will make more videos and share with you. There's clearly an interest in my channel, otherwise I wouldn't have any subscribers. So yes, I will keep you guys updated on what I'm doing. I've just had to change my battery because I had a warning light flash up saying the battery was low. And I've had to move the camera to a different position because the sunlight is beaming right the way through over there. so you probably wouldn't be able to see me if I was chatting away. I'm now going to literally switch the camera off for a moment because my burgers are over there are seriously calling me and I'm getting a bit peckish, and it's round. Let me have a look. Hold on. It is 6:15. So I'm getting a little bit peckish. So I'm literally going to fry my burgers up. I'm not going to film that part. I'm just going to crack on with it and just sit back, enjoy my burgers, enjoy the beer. Definitely enjoy the beer because I got 4 cans. Only literally brought out 4 cans, which is quite funny, really, actually, because going back to the scooter venues, yeah, I can go out and drink and drink and drink. And I don't mean drink to the level where I'm literally totally legless, get a bit tipsy, but that's about it. But when I'm out doing something like this or at home, 1 or 2 cans of beer is more than enough. Odd, isn't it, really? It's nothing to do with the fact that the company you're around or anything like that. It's, well, I don't know. It might be the fact that you're around more people and you're just more relaxed and you don't realise how much you're drinking. If you've got any answers to why that is, how come you can go out to somewhere, to a party or whatever, and drink about 10 pints of lager, but when you get home, you can only drink about 1 or 2. I'm not a heavy drinker anyway. And it's like when I go out with like I said, when I go out with my friend, I only end up usually having about 2 pints. I don't see the point in getting totally blotto and saying you had a fantastic evening, and when someone asks you, what did you do? I can't remember because I was too drunk. So I'm just getting hassled by a little bee. Yeah, I was saying, end up going out and getting totally blotto, and someone asks you, what did you do? And you tell them you had a fantastic night. And, well, what did you do? What was so brilliant? And you end up trying to say, I can't remember, I was too drunk. So how do you know you've had a good time? Plus, I've grown out of that stage where you feel you have to go out and drink yourself to total oblivion. It's not enjoyable. The next day is a bloody nightmare when you've got a major hangover. And usually in the past, when I was younger, much younger, and I did that, I would end up having about 2 days in bed ill, simply because I'm not a massive drinker. Like I said, I'm basically what you classify as a sociable drinker, not a regular drinker. Personally, I would rather go and just drink a pint of lime and soda or ginger ale, or ginger beer mainly. That's more than adequate for me. Well, that's it. That's enough of my waffling on, probably boring the pants off you. I'm now just going to go and have my burgers, like I said, switch the camera off, and I'll chat to you in a bit. I hope this video is not too dull for you. If you like it so far, just give it the thumbs up. You know, that's all you got to do. Just click on that button, yeah? And like I said, if you want to hit the subscribe button or make any comments, ask any questions, go ahead, feel free. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you've stuck with me so far up to this point, and I hope you stick with me to the end of the video. That's it for now. I'm literally going up. Those burgers are literally shouting at me. I can hear them. I don't know if they're shouting so loud you probably can hear them. I'm literally going to go now for a while, so I'll chat to you guys in a bit. Well, I've had my burgers, and it shows you how unorganized I am at present after not doing camping for a while. I come out with no extra cheese for the burgers, simply because I hate that plastic cheese. You know, the stuff you get in with those burgers. Yeah, I don't even classify it as cheese. It's that processed stuff. It's horrible. Yeah. Normally, if I'm going to bring out burgers, I would chop up some cheese and bring it with me, as in real cheese. Well, I forgot that. What else? I forgot my brown sauce, but that's not a must when you have burgers. So I ended up with just plain burgers with no cheese, but they still went down really well. I've also forgot my lead for my power packs. Hopefully I won't need them. It shows you how disorganized I am on this camp. Apart from that, I brought everything else, which is okay. I've got deer in the background barking away. I don't know if you can hear them. I've seen a few walking around, and there is one that was close by earlier. Well, reasonably close. You could hear him quite loud barking. Couldn't see him, but sound does travel in these woods. And I got just attacked by a fly. The traffic seems to be dying down now. It's about 7:30, I believe. Hold on, let me have a look. Nope, my apologies. It's 7 minutes past 7. So the traffic out there is dying down a little bit. It's also getting a little bit on the chilly side now. I have brought a puffer jacket with me, just in case as a backup if it gets too cold. And like I said, I've also got my jungle blanket in there. So if I get cold sitting outside, I can just wrap that around me. Which, if you hold on a moment, I'll go and get it and show you what I mean by a jungle blanket. Bear with me. Lovely. This is my jungle blanket. It's meant to be shower proof, and you can just wrap it around you, and it's really nice. When I had flu, I wrapped myself up in this. It was just so cozy. It's my blankie. So this is my jungle blanket. Quite a good investment. It wasn't that expensive either. I think around about £30, so it wasn't expensive. Not for snug pack as well. So yeah, I've got this if it gets a bit chilly in the night, and if I get chilly sitting out here and I don't want to put my puffer jacket on, I can wrap myself up in this. I'm already warming up in it, and it is quite thin, believe it or not. The thickness of it, you wouldn't think you could keep warming it, but you can. As I've forgotten my lead for my power bank, I'm hoping that my other battery is going to be good enough to finish off the video. We've got 3 batteries with this camera, so yeah, it should be enough. So hopefully it should be a nice relaxing night tonight. I've got everything I need. I've got my jungle sleeping bag by Snugpak, and I've got my jungle blanket by Snugpak. So I should be nice and cozy in my tent. I've got my DAB radio with me if I want to listen to some music, along with my earbuds linked up with my phone so I can listen to some music there. So I'm going to be fully entertained tonight. I'm going to be fully relaxed, and I'm going to enjoy my time out relaxing in this wood. As long as I don't get disturbed by foxes and deer. There seems to be a few deer roaming around here. It is quite surprising, really. You know, we surround ourselves with all technology. We need this, we need that. And when you're out doing something like this, you realise how little you do need. As long as you got your health and a few bits and pieces like this. So what more do you need in life? A cosy little blankie, a good tent, a tarp, and nice surroundings. Couldn't ask for anything better, could you? Not really. This is one of the reasons why I love wild camping. Simply because you just go back to basics. You're out with nature, totally stress-free, totally relaxed. Few beers, and what better way to unwind? So that's it for now. I'm not going to do any more tonight. I'm literally going to sit here for a bit, relax. In a bit I might have a wander around, see how big this wood is, and then I'm going to relax and enjoy the rest of the evening. So for now I'm going to say goodnight, and I'll let you know how things go in the morning. I hope you've enjoyed the video so far, and I do hope you stick with it until the end. Feel free to go check out my other videos if you're new to my channel. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button if you want to follow my channel and keep up to date with what I'm doing. Because I will be getting out more often now. I need to. This is the best way to deal with all the hectic things in your life. Work mainly. And I have totally missed it. And it's like I said in my previous video, there have been so much going on over the past year in my life. I have neglected doing this. So it will be a case of getting out more, enjoying my surroundings, and finding even more woods around me local, because I'm surprised how many woods there are in this area. So until I can get some transport sorted, I'm going to be hunting around the area of Corsham for woods now. So all my camps are going to be on the local side at the moment. So for now, like I said, I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to get off the camera, have a couple more beers, relax, and I'm going to wander around this wood for a little bit. So thank you for watching, and thank you for sticking with me. So for now, it's a good night from me. Good morning, everyone. I was woken up in the middle of the night, as usual, by a fox with his high-pitched barking. It felt like he wasn't going to stop. I then was woken by a deer barking away. Would I change things? Definitely not. Would I prefer to stay at home in a nice comfortable bed rather than staying in a wood on just a blow-up mat? Definitely not. There was no way I was giving up doing this. Got the vitals, nice cup of coffee, good weather because it's not raining. It's a bit chilly this morning. What more can somebody ask? But despite being woken up by a fox, as usual, and despite being woken up by a deer, I have no regrets whatsoever in doing this camp. I did forget to bring my earplugs, so that's one other thing I forgot. I forgot my power bank lead, I forgot my earplugs, and I forgot my cheese for my burgers. But it was still a successful camp. It is a case now having something to eat and relaxing for a while. I'm in no rush to leave. The wood that I'm camping in probably sees very little foot traffic in the way of people. So there's no way anyone knows I'm here, so I'm going to stay here for a little bit longer and relax. Guess I better crack on, have something to eat, and then think about at some point packing up. So that's the update of my camp. So the next part of the video you will see is once I've packed up and about to leave. Massive thank you for watching if you're still with me. I hope you've enjoyed the video so far. I know it's not been over exciting and dramatic. It's just a general everyday relaxing camp. So like I've said in the past, if you haven't tried it, give it a go once. You might find you enjoy it. So that's it for now, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. Cheers for watching. Right guys, that's me all fully packed up. As you can see, leave no trace as usual. You can't even tell where I've been apart from the little flat spot there, as you can see. Rubbish all in my backpack. So remember guys, if you're out camping and you're new to it, make sure you put your rubbish in your backpack. Put it in a bin at home, don't leave it here. Now it's a case of making my way all the way through that end over there somewhere and find out where the gap is I came through and crawl under the electric fence, which I will show you what I had to do. So now it's just a case of making my way home. And here we are. I've got to climb over this fence, and there's a fence that's all flattened out. I've got to crawl over the top of that, and right above that fence there is the electric wire. Alright, this is a fun task. Yay, no electric shocks. I'll bet you guys are disappointed. Alright, well that's it. That's the camp over and done with. Hope you enjoyed it. I know it wasn't too exciting. It was just a basic camp, which is what I like. Didn't get electric shock. Get through there.